Okay, the direction for this set, and this is a set from LR. You can think of LR mixed with some calculation also. Five English kings, A, B, C, D, and E, are fighting to conquer the kingdom of Northumbria, whatever it is in. The Vikings from the far north arrived to loot and take over the kingdom of N. The grid given below shows the map of N. The entire land of N, which was a square in shape, was divided into 36 equal square areas of 100 kilometers square. The Vikings could only launch an attack and annex square areas at a time. Okay, this is important that whenever they launch an attack, that has to be a square area. The length and width of each of the 36 areas are 10 kilometer. Okay, so that's why the area of the square is 100, because the length and width are 10 10. So area will be 100, so total area should be 3600, right? 36 square. Okay, let's see the map. This is the map, right? If I show you the particular area, that 36 squares, it is like this, right? All are square, whether it is okay, it looks like a square or not, but it is all squares, right? What I am drawing, so I am completing the 36 squares. Okay, he has actually given the regions, but these are the 36 squares. Now I have completed. You can see every row, there are 6 rows of 6 columns, 6 rows, 6 columns. So total 36 areas. Every area is 100 kilometer square, that is 10 by 10. Okay. Okay. And it was also given that they can only attack, right? Vikings can only attack on squares, right? Square may be only one square, single square, or it may be 2 by 2, it may be 3 by 3, it may be 4 by 4. So he can only attack in squares, right? Now there are some conditions given, right? That it took more manpower to annex areas which were occupied by any of the kings than the areas which were not occupied by any of the kings. You can see here the colored portion is occupied by the kings and the gray portion, the remaining portion, are unoccupied. Okay, there are these 5 kings, A, B, C, D, E. Okay, the other areas are unoccupied. Okay, so here it is given the conditions that for annexing 100 kilometer square of area, that is 1 square, which was not occupied by any of the kings, 20 soldiers were killed. So in occupying one of the unoccupied area, your 20 soldiers will get killed. While for annexing 400 kilometer square of area in a single time, which was not occupied by any of the kings, 50 soldiers were killed. So it is actually anything more than 100, right? Anything more than 100, right? For unoccupied area, for 100, 20 soldiers will be killed. That is, for 1 square, 20 will be killed, right? After that, 400 kilometer square, that means 4 squares, right? 50 soldiers will be killed. That means you can say that 12.5 soldiers per squares, per square, or per 100 kilometer, per 100 kilometer square, you can say. Okay, per square, that means my 1 square is of 100 kilometer square, right? If they are attacking more than 1 square, then it will be this rate. Now for annexing every 100 kilometer squares of area occupied by any of the king, 40 soldiers were killed. So for every square, right, which is occupied, 40 soldiers will get killed. The Vikings could annex a square land as a combination of occupied lands by the kings and unoccupied land. But in that case, for the unoccupied land, people will kill in the equal proportion of the 400 kilometer square. Of unoccupied land, the integer more than the number of people, if the number of people killed comes out. Okay, it should be integer basically. So it is given an example, okay, just to show you what was written there. Right, let's say if 900 kilometer squares of land was annexed by the Vikings, of which 500 kilometers area was unoccupied, and 400 kilometer square was occupied by the kings, right? So we can actually attack on 900 kilometer square, 3 by 3, 900 kilometer square, straight away somebody can attack, annex. right? But for that, if 500 kilometer square was unoccupied, right, and you know unoccupied 12.5, right, per 100, so into 5, so 37.5, that means you will take 38 soldiers will be killed. Okay, that is the rate. Okay, unoccupied we are talking about. And occupied, if I say, right, occupied, it would be for every 100, 40, right? So there are 400, so 40 into 4, so it will become 160, right? Soldier will be killed. Okay, wait a minute, I have done something wrong. Just see, 900 kilometer of land was annexed, which 500 kilometer square was unoccupied. Unoccupied and 400 was occupied by the king. Then 500 by 400 into 50. Okay, what was this 50? 50 soldiers. Okay, yes, that is the same thing, right? That is the same thing. But it was 500, right? Divided into 400. Okay, 400 you have these many stored into 5. Yes, I am doing something wrong. 12.5 into 5. Sorry, it is not 37.5 but 62.5. Sorry, it is 62.5 and that's why it is 63. Because you cannot have 62.5% killed. So you will take 63% killed. So 160 and 63 it will become 223. So this is the example shown, right? I was doing the same thing, right? Without going for the fraction, I was doing the same thing, 12.5 into 5, but I wrote 12.5 into 3. Right, so 12.5 into 5 is 62.5, so 63, and remaining 400 kilometer square which was occupied, for every 100 you have 40, right? So 40 into 4, 160, right? So 160 plus 63, 223 will be killed, right? If we are conquering 900 kilometer square, right, in which 400 was occupied and 500 not. No annexed area can be used as a strategic position to annex the other square land. That is, one annexed area cannot be used to annex another. Okay, so leave it. This is not important here, right? It is only thing is that okay, you cannot overlap the things. Okay, simply you cannot overlap the things. Okay, so because if you are attacking something, it should be separate. Okay, no overlapping should be there. Okay, let's see. Now this is the graph I am taking with me. The Viking annexed. Okay, now the question is the Vikings annexed an area of 2000 kilometer square. What is the least possible number of soldiers that could have been killed? Now you know that if you take unoccupied also single square, if you take, right, there will be 20 soldiers killed. But if you take 400 together, right, then or 400 or more, then it will be 12.5 per 100, right? That should be minimum, because I want the least possible number of soldiers to be killed. I want total area to be 2000, right? First I will try to take that unoccupied one, right? Unoccupied one you can try to take, right? So I will try to take this one, 4, right, unoccupied. Then I can take this also, because I can take a combination of occupied and unoccupied also. Here maximum is unoccupied, right? Okay. Then you can take this separately, because 4 and 4, 8 already gone. 12 more I need. So I can take this together, right? 3 by 3, 9. So 9, 4 and 4, 8 and 9, 17. 3 remaining. So 3 squares, single squares I can take, because we can attack only in squares, right? So this and this separately, this together, right? This together, and this together, right? I think this will be okay, minimizing, because I have taken all the unoccupied, the complete unoccupied area, and minimizing this, right? Because this is a single square, here 20 soldiers will be killed. Single square, 20 soldiers will be killed, 20 will be killed, right? Here the rate will be 12.5, 12.5, so 12.5 into 4, so the total will be 50. Okay, Here it will be 12.5, 12.5, 12.5, right? Which eventually it will become 37.5 or 38. I need to take 38 plus this one, right? This one will be 40. So here you will have 78. Here you have 50. So I'm writing all 50, 78, 20, 20 and 20. It is 60. Now remaining this 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 into 12.5, which becomes 87.5, or you can say 88. And this is 2. So 2 into 40, 80. Right? Because occupied area 40 per square. So total becomes 886, 1, 5, 6, 7, 13, 6, 19 and 16, 35. So 356 should be the correct answer, the minimum number of soldiers that will be killed. Okay, let's see. Okay, yes, 356 is the correct answer. Right, I hope by doing this question, right, you must have got the idea what is happening. Right, and this becomes very, very simple now. You can answer all the questions. See this question now. The Vikings annexed 2000 kilometer square of area. Which king's area was annexed the most if the least number of soldiers were killed? Right? I think I will definitely take this. So that means King C entirely will be King C will go entirely. Right? Because 2000 in earlier I was taking that, right, 2000 only. Right, 2000 only in the first question we have taken, right? In that King C, entire King C we took, right? So which king's area was annexed the most? So King C, the entire area. Okay, so you will be annexing this only. So this part, this part, this part, this part and this part, right? So in this particular 3 by 3 square, King C will be gone. Okay, King D, only one square will go. So yes, King C is the correct answer. Okay, see the question. The Vikings annexed a total area of 1200 kilometers square. What is the least possible number of soldiers that would have been killed to annex it? It is known that Vikings annexed the entire area of King D. So King D entire area gone. Now that means 1, 2, 3, 4 squares. Right? 4 squares gone. So how can I take these 4 squares? Okay, because I need to minimize the number of soldiers killed. Okay, I need to minimize the number of soldiers killed. Now, if I take this, right, so here it would be, right, individually I know that it is 40, 40, 40, 40, right, so 160 will be gone. Okay, so individually if I take this squares, right, 4 squares, so it's okay, we can take that. Okay, now the thing is, further this 4 I can take, right, this 4 I can take, and now you can take this 4 together, so 1 still left. Okay, 4, 4, 8, 3, 11. So 1 square you need to take separately. So that means here it will become 50. Here it will become, we already calculated that 38 plus this. So it is 38, 50, 160 and here it should be 20. So this will become 50, 160, 210, 210 and 20, 230, 230, 268. Okay, just I will confirm it. Right, the answer should be 268, yes. right? You need to think of minimizing this, right? Because if you see here, right, what I was doing, right, in king D, right, whether you take single or you take all together, right, this is going to be the same. But you need to attack on squares only, right? So here you can attack in square, here you can attack in square. So include this because this will be 40 only and the remaining will become 12.5 into 3. Otherwise it is 20, 20, 20. Right, single squares, unoccupied square. If you attack single square, it will get your 20 soldiers killed. Okay, so yes, 268 is the correct answer. Okay, the question says the Vikings annexed a total of 1200 kilometers square and the least possible number of soldiers were killed to annex it. What is the number of attacks that were made to annex? It is known that Vikings annexed the entire area of. So we did already this question that we will attack one here, right? One here, right? And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we need to attack these 4. Okay, because to get that entire of this, so 4 plus 1 plus 1, so 6 attacks are required. Okay, 6 attacks are required, right? Okay, otherwise you cannot get the number of soldiers, that minimum number of soldiers should get killed. Okay, so there will be 6 attacks. Okay, question says what is the maximum number of soldiers that could have been killed if it is known that an area of 2600 kilometers square was annexed by the Vikings. Now he is talking about the maximum number of soldiers killed, right? Maximum number of soldiers killed. Okay, so I want the area 2600. Now maximum number of soldiers, I will take all the squares separately, right? All the squares separately. And what I will leave, right? What I will leave? I will leave those squares, right, which are unoccupied, because I want a maximum number of soldiers killed, right? And here, if it is, let's say 2600, so the total, the 3600, total 3600 is there, 10 square I will leave. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can leave any 10. So what will be the remaining? Remaining unoccupied will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? 7. So I will say 7 into 20, right? And 19 will be, because 26 total should be attacked. So 19 should be into 40. So it will become 140 here and 19 into 40, 760 here. So 7 and 1, 8, 900 soldiers. So 900 soldiers can get killed. Now, to get maximum soldiers killed, I am attacking one by one square at a time, right? So one square at a time. So 20 soldiers will get killed for every square, right? Unoccupied, and 40 soldiers will get killed for every occupied square, right? Okay, so 900 is the correct answer. Okay, see this question now. The land of 3 of the 5 kings was completely annexed by the Vikings. What is the minimum number of soldiers that were killed to annex the land if it is known that none of the attacks were of 400 kilometer area and 100 kilometer? So you cannot attack 400 or 100, right? So that means now the next one will be 900. If you attack 900 and land of 3 of the 5 kings was completely annexed. So 3 kings. So you can take this, right, 3 by 3. Okay, just see 3 by 3. This is 3 by 3 and this is also 3 by 3. So 3 kings will be gone. King C, King A, King B will be gone. And you are attacking only 2 times you are attacking 3 by 3, 3 by 3, right? And getting minimum number of soldiers. So minimum number of soldiers killed. Right, because to take king D, right, you need to take either 4 by 4, right? That will be number of soldiers will be more. Okay, so here because their area is also smaller, right? For king B, king A and king C. King A and king C are very small. Okay, let's see how much now. Now because this is unoccupied are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All unoccupied will be at the rate of 12.5, which will be 12.5 into 9 is 112.5, which I will say 113 soldiers. And for occupied 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 will be occupied at the rate of 40. So it will be 360 plus 110, 473. So 473 would be my answer, right? The minimum number of soldiers killed would be 473. Okay, let's check the answer. Yes, it is 473. Okay, so this was also not very difficult. If you can understand the story, then you could have done that. Okay, so thank you.